people my age are going to know about the story that I'm about to show you. And I'm sure that some of the younger people are going to know about it too if they study their history, and especially people my age from the Chicagoland area, because this is something that happened in and around Chicago, in the Chicagoland area when we were young. But check this out. James Lewis, prime suspect in the 1982 Tylenol murders, found dead. The prime suspect of the 1982 Tylenol murders has been found dead. According to Cambridge police, James Lewis was found unresponsive on Sunday just after 4 p.m. He was pronounced dead shortly after. Police said his death was determined to be not suspicious. In 1982, 7 people in the greater Chicago area died after taking Tylenol laced with cyanide. Soon after, a man wrote an extortion letter to Johnson & Johnson and its subsidiary, the maker of Tylenol, demanding $1 million to stop the killings. The man who wrote that letter was James Lewis. He would later spend a dozen years in prison for attempted extortion. Sources tell CBS 2 this is a frustrating day for law enforcement who've been investigating the case for decades. CBS 2's reporting uncovered Lewis as a prime suspect since day one, and officials felt they had sufficient circumstantial evidence for Lewis to be charged. CBS 2 investigators began re-examining the case back in April. Reporter Brad Edwards traveled to Massachusetts in 2022 to try to track down Lewis. Edwards interviewed him. "I was hoping to see justice," one source told CBS 2. Lewis was never charged with the murders, but he was convicted of trying to extort $1 million from Johnson & Johnson in the days after the cyanide pills showed up on store shelves. So I was 10 when that happened, and living in the near west suburbs of Chicago. I believe at that point in time we were living in Northlake, Illinois. And I can remember distinctly my family, and when I say my family, not just my parents, my grandparents, my aunt, my uncle, the extended family, everybody just freaking out about not taking any medication because they couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. They couldn't figure out who was doing this, how many different types of medication were laced. And if memory serves, and I'll have to go back and double check, but if memory serves, the Tylenol murders of '82 were a major contributing factors to a lot of safety precautions being put on bottles, because it used to be that you just opened up a bottle and there were the pills. And so people fucked with these pills, or this guy allegedly fucked with these pills, and as you could tell, 7 people died. This was a major news story in the Chicagoland area in '82, and the prime suspect has now been found dead.